Luke Bryan, an American Idol judge, has been battling with health concerns recently. It's even been visible during his live performances. Since then, it has been stated that another star will step in to aid him and take his place. Bryan is a country music artist who began his career in the early 2000s. Bryan is regarded as one of the best-selling music artists of all time, and he has also established himself as a television personality. After all, fans have been watching him as a judge on American Idol since 2018. Bryan continues to perform as well as serve as a judge, assisting vocalists in pursuing their own musical goals. However, Bryan has recently encountered some issues with his current program. As previously stated, Bryan is now on his country song Came On tour. However, he has had a few hiccups during his performances. During a performance in Arkansas, he lost his voice on stage. While he continued to amaze the audience, he promised ticket buyers that they would be refunded. Bryan said, "So, I'm gonna get genuine with y'all. This is the craziest situation I've ever encountered. I can't speak in this venue for whatever reason." According to Country Rebel, Bryan was scheduled to headline 3 forthcoming festivals. This included Country Stampede Kansas on Thursday, Nini BRS Days on Friday, and Country Jam Colorado on Saturday. However, Bryan stated on social media that he will be unable to attend these events. However, he added that he already has a replacement lined up, and it is another country music singer. On X, Bryan apologized, saying, "I'm really sorry to say I won't be able to play this weekend's shows due to continued illness. I've been hoping to rally, but my voice isn't ready yet." Eric Church is also a country music star, with hits like Guys Like Me, Love Your Love the Most, and Hell on the Heart. Church already has a history with Bryan. Both of them were previously featured on Jason Aldean's single, The Only Way I Know. Here's a fascinating, imaginative 1,500-word article analyzing Luke Bryan's abrupt withdrawal from American Idol due to serious illness. It combines facts with narrative flair to immerse you in the story. There are moments on live television that are meticulously scripted, and then there are those that completely outperform the script. This spring, American Idol producers learned the hard way when renowned judge Luke Bryan, the country charmer with the characteristic grin, was abruptly forced off the panel due to serious illness, threatening not only his voice cords but the integrity of the live show. It all began simply enough. Luke Bryan, 48, who tours country music's biggest venues, made news in late June by canceling performances at Country Stampede, Kansas, Nebraska Days, and Country Jam in Colorado. Fans watched with alarm as Bryan, irritated and fleetingly tearful, posted on Instagram. Word swirled that festival heavyweight Eric Church had stepped up as the rescuer of the canceled events. The gesture represented not only country musicians' camaraderie, but also a rising feeling of concern. If Luke's voice failed him in concert, what would that mean for his role as an Idol judge when his tone, wit, and on-screen presence are all on display? Behind the scenes, the ailment was more than a simple case of laryngitis. Several sources mention a continued illness, meaning that it was neither sudden nor minor. And Bryan himself recognized that something deeper was at work, something that not only jeopardized performances but required downtime. While official comments were unclear, the cancellation pattern and entertainment press coverage hinted at something serious. Not necessarily diagnostic information, but enough to suggest an absence lasting more than a night's slumber. Bryan has previously faced voice troubles, missing 2023 tour dates due to prolonged colds, forgetting songs on stage, and even passing out during a concert. But this time, the stakes felt higher. The illness occurred at one of Idol's most pivotal periods, when auditions turn into emotional backstories, live shows, and viral moments. Bryan, Carrie Underwood, and Lionel Richie helped American Idol reach new heights. Production entered into crisis mode. How can you fill the chair of one of your most charismatic and outspoken judges with only a few days or hours to prepare? They turned to history. Bryan missed the first live show of Idol in April 2021 because he tested positive for COVID-19. Paula Abdul, a fan-favorite original judge, took over and carried the broadcast. With grace and nostalgia, etonline.com, can.com. The show fumbled once more when Bryan's absence became apparent. Initially, Whispers suggested that another guest judge would be called in. Production workers labored overtime to secure on-call choices and adjust live schedules. Nothing snapped, though one could assume that Luke's replacement discussion in the Idol control room featured producers whispering silent prayers. Choose wisely. Do not let this be awkward. As the first live broadcast sans Bryan approached, fans were greeted with an unusual twist. In 2021, when Paula Abdul took over, many expected a similar Legends Circle guest judge. Instead, showrunners took a risk by bringing in a specialist, someone who might provide technical critique rather than nostalgic charm. Guest judge announcements arrived on a Tuesday evening revelation, promising an improvement in singing abilities. Though the name had not to be confirmed in the press due to story deadlines, the purpose was clear: to fill Luke's absence with power, sensitivity, and positive energy. Meanwhile, the country community united to support Bryan's health. Eric Church officially dedicated a festival appearance to his friend, telling fans, "Festivals are woven into the fabric of who we are. Happy to fill in for Luke while he recovers." HelloMagazine.com. It was an emotional gesture, one artist looking out for another artist, a community rallying around one of its own. Meanwhile, Carrie Underwood took to Instagram, releasing a montage of the trio's time on Idol with the remark, "Get well soon, Luke. Your seat is not the same without you." After his sickness, Luke emerged humble. In a frank Instagram video taken from his Nashville home, he addressed fans, concerned, thoughtful, and a little raw. According to Idol's official account, Luke is resting and recovering. "We miss him on the panel, but his health comes first. We'll announce the guest judges soon." Analogies flowed online. Luke's struggle became a metaphor for adversity. When someone known for entering venues and excelling under the spotlight is abruptly forced to retreat, fans expressed their enthusiasm on social media, sharing experiences of cancellations in their own lives and finding solace in a common stop, determined not by choice but by necessity. As the illness progressed, producers faced a decision: wait for Luke's recovery or change the entire season's format. Sources close to the show suggested a compromise: film certain Idol segments in Nashville after the vocal call, allowing Luke some downtime while keeping the show running with Carrie and Lionel at the helm. According to industry insiders from a major network talk show, Bryan is likely to return mid-season if his vocal condition stabilizes. Like a valuable horse, he is being rehabilitated Agarose style in voice rest programs around Tennessee. Coaches, dietitians, and vocal therapists apparently constitute a small army committed to preparing him for a dramatic comeback. American Idol has a history of rotating judges. Bryan's absence has altered the course of season 23. For contestants, bench clearance entails distinct critique rhythms. Carrie Underwood, who returned as a judge earlier this season, Newsweek.com, has stepped forward with empathy, acting as both mentor and mother figure. Lionel Richie has warmth and widespread appeal. Without Luke's country zing, viewers have noted a softer tone in critiques. Commentators have described the show as unintentionally more gentle this season. Behind the scenes, executives are evaluating audience analytics. So far, ratings have only slightly dropped, but marketers have noted the vulnerability narrative. Judge falls ill, show continues is emotionally charged. If Luke returns victorious, ratings could skyrocket. Luke's illness and absence highlight a greater truth: celebrity is a marathon, not a sprint. Throughout his career in music, he has been known for his tenacity, rebounding back from professional storms, personal heartbreaks, and stadium-reverberating hurdles. This feels different though. It's physical fragility, a reminder that even strong voices require rest. His comeback, if it continues apace, might provide the season with a viral moment. The return of the prodigal judge, voice strong, energy present. Picture: Luke enters to acclaim, Carrie winks, Lionel approaches for a low five, and the cameras call it the music comeback of 2025. Luke Bryan's bout with serious illness and departure from American Idol is more than just celebrity gossip. It's part of a larger story in which performer wellness is finally taking center stage. Tour timetables used to run like freight trains with little rest for recovery. Fans are now sympathetic, having waited in the rain and driven through storms to see their favorites. Watching Bryan's vulnerability emerge in real time has taught them not to rely on bodies and speech alone. And American Idol? The show is also learning. Live television thrives on spectacle, but viewers also value sincerity. Bryan's unforeseen absence has focused the season on humanity rather than perfection. It has sparked a debate. What happens when reality show meets real life? How much should competitiveness bend to accommodate empathy? Luke's journey will soon move on to the next verse, when he will return, reclaim, and remind everyone of why his presence is important. Until then, we wait together, full of hope and anticipation, knowing that even the brightest stars can stumble, and then shine again. What happened wasn't just another entertainment news cycle, it felt epic. A once invincible star was brought down by an unknown force. A show that is scrambling yet still finds grace. There is also a fan base that is interested in healing rather than drama. This is the type of tale that blurs the distinction between Idol as a competition and Idol as a personal story. Luke Bryan's illness and subsequent replacement on American Idol serve as a reminder that there is a human behind every microphone. And behind every performance is a journey, sometimes illuminated by stadium lights, sometimes obscured by the need for rest. Let's hope Luke returns stronger. Not just for the hour-long TV segments, but also for the music, the mentors, and the moments when a judge who has been ill returns to the stage, cocked mic in hand, ready to provide more than critique. Prepared to remind us that strength isn't the absence of weakness, but the ability to get back up.